Next speaker, Mr. Mohammad Ahmadi, asylum seekers in Switzerland. We'll speak about the situation in Switzerland. I also do greet you. Thanks to the organizers. I'll talk you briefly about the situation of asylum seekers in Switzerland. Life at the margin of society and outside the framework of citizenship means that asylum seekers are deprived of their most elementary rights. So asylum seekers who come to Switzerland after crossing many difficulties and dangers, they are kept in unconventional conditions. In the camps, they are tightly controlled. They have psychological problems, deep depression, and they commit suicide. Deporting is a way to balance those who arrive and with the exits. They send back those who are not healthy or not productive. So the conditions are so bad that some asylum seekers lose their mental equilibrium. Another element that puts pressure on asylum seekers is the refugee law. So the asylum seekers, after crossing very difficult situations and dangerous borders, there are many filters and obstacles for getting a legal status. For those who manage to cross all the obstacles, this is not a victory, because at the end they become a source of cheap labor and marginalized people. And this is a clear example of violation of human rights. So refugees become marginalized. They are non-citizens, thrown out of society. All their efforts to be recognized is rejected or repressed by the governments and the society at the same time. So this duality of citizen and non-citizenship should be abolished. Creation of a society where there is no such duality requires a really collective will. Racism and discrimination is another phenomenon that asylum seekers have to deal with. Many activists in the field of refugee law identify their struggle with the struggle against racism. Racism puts very heavy social pressure on asylum seekers, and the economic problems of the recent years in Europe has changed the approach of the people and has created this new term of those who are not from here. Even second and third generation of asylum seekers or refugees who have come here are included in this category. Illegal workers, those who don't have documents. All of these people are included in the category of strangers, so they can't get good housing or work. So all of these people should be protected on the fight against racism. Asylum seekers are victims of fascist movements and xenophobic movements. asylum seekers have very unstable status and situation because of their non-citizenship. They become an easy target for racists. Another instrument of pressure is the law that governs them, and a restriction of movement, deporting to other countries, life in camps, and racist outlook in the laws, directly or indirectly. This instability and uncertain situation can last for a very long time, and it's a factor of strong psychological pressure. So they get mental problems because of this, and because of uncertain legal status, the pressure is doubled. Uncertainty about livelihood, the difficulties in refugee camps, isolation, loneliness, creates physical and mental health issues. Asylum seekers live in very difficult conditions in camps, in small rooms with too many overpopulated spaces. They have very little money. The quality of their food is bad. So asylum seekers have to spend all the money they get, or the allowance they get, the social allowance they get, they have to spend on food. And there's no money left for meeting other needs. So those families who have young children, small children, they have even a more difficult situation because they can't meet their children's needs. They don't speak the language of the country. They have cultural problems. Children live in very bad situation in the camps. There is a serious problem of insecurity in the camps. There are many families that live in this country, in these camps. Some of the single inhabitants of camps, they take drugs and alcohol, and they somehow spread terror, and they frighten children. I don't have much time, so I have to speak fast. I have to conclude. Once the asylum seeker goes under all this pressure, they have to be interviewed. Sometimes these interviews last for 10 hours. They don't care about your health situation. The questions, the questioning is like an interrogation. Because you are not in normal conditions, normally you don't answer well because of the psychological problems. And then normally in the court, you can't defend yourself well. It's important that states honor their international obligations. The actual situation of asylum seekers is a clear example of violation of international declaration, Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Thanks. Thanks, Mr. Ahmadi.